How's everyone doing today? This is Zach Allen out at DeBell Golf Course in Burbank. And we're going to talk to you about some of the differences between hitting a driver, hitting, say, a 6-iron, and hitting a sand wedge, okay? One thing that I hear so often, even from great players, is they say every golf swing is the same, or at least it feels the same to them. And that's not the whole truth there, because if you really study them, if you put them on a launch monitor, they're doing different things to hit each club in their bag. They're only minor things, but they're very important for you to realize that all golf swings are not the same. Because of the difference in loft in golf clubs, a sand wedge has 56 degrees of loft. A driver, my driver, has 9 degrees of loft. So they really cannot be hit the same, because what we're talking about here is a sand wedge. If we're going to hit it as far as possible, we need to de-loft this sand wedge or put negative loft onto it. Okay, so the 56 degrees needs to go to about 52 degrees. And that happens by having my hands forward at impact and more forward shaft lean. Now, a 9-degree driver, okay, to hit it the farthest possible, you want to be launching it probably 12 to 13 degrees. That's the optimal angle to get the right trajectory, the most carry with some roll. So to show you that there, if I just take, say, my sand wedge and my driver, you know, pretty much opposite ends of the spectrum in golf clubs, and I lay the clubs down flat on the ground, you're going to notice a big difference in the shaft angle or the amount of forward shaft lean. The sand wedge has the most in the bag, and the driver is closer to vertical, okay? And like we said, you got to remember the key with the sand wedge is we're going to de-loft it even more to hit it as far as we can. Now the driver, we're going to be adding a little bit of loft. So, you know, part of this goes into when you set up to the ball. That's why with the sand wedge, we don't move our right foot very far back, okay? But with the driver, we're going to take our right foot and we're going to put it farther away here, okay? And what that changes there, it's going to change your release point, okay? My release point happens right here in my downswing where the shaft starts to uncock from my left wrist. Now with the driver, I'm going to be coming into it and I'm going to let it line up a little bit more vertical with this stick, okay? If you look at good pictures of players at impact, the shaft actually flexes this way and it adds even a little more loft to the club and to the shot. But that's not going to work with a sand wedge. If we did that with a sand wedge, we would scoop it right up in the air and it wouldn't go very far at all. Okay, so with a sand wedge, I'm going to narrow my stance. My right foot is only just slightly away from center. And from here, I'm going to delay that release point. So you notice as I come down, I'm moving more weight forward. I'm moving my hands more forward. They're almost probably 6 inches past the ball. And then into impact, I move here, and you can see how much forward shaft lean I have. And like we said, that delayed release point with a sand wedge is what's going to really give you the ability to hit it very far with this club. But does not work with the driver. So next time you're out practicing, realize that some of the differences and some of the adjustments you have to make to hit each club with the best trajectory and best launch. All right, I hope that helps you out some.